100%. Come right around.
So don't worry about what you say. I'll edit out anything that I. Fuck, did I hit the record button? That's my biggest problem with this thing. They need like a light on this side.
Yeah, they do.
But like I don't make any money off my channel, so until I do, I'm not gonna like upgrade. So we'll just talk about. You don't have to lean into the mic or anything. It's usually pretty good.
Yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it. No, you're good.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about what you're doing here. Tell me about you. You told me about the fight you're doing in a couple weeks, but we'll just go over all that stuff. And
Yeah.
Just free flow.
Yeah, 100%. So. Well, first of all, I'm Rex Thompson.
Hi, Rex. I'm Todd.
Nice to meet you, man. I am from Donnybrooke Fight Promotions. The way Donnybrooke Fight Promotions started was 10 years ago. Yeah, absolutely. 10 years ago, my daughter made her MMA debut at the Barry Auditorium. It wasn't sanctioned at the time, so it was really like the wild, wild west. So my family, we decided to get involved. We bought a ring, we bought the cage. The other promotion, they sold the name to somebody else. We decided to make it all legit here in Vermont. So we went to the legislator. We met with the Office of Professional Regulations, the lawyers, we got senators involved, and we got legislation passed. Nice. I got to deal with a bunch of politicians, and I'll never want to do that again.
Yeah,
that is. So, but I learned what I learned was, I learned the differences between the Democrats and the GOP up at our state house. What was going on? What I found out that the Democrats were incredibly smart people. They understood the system. They were incredibly book smart. Zero common sense whatsoever. Nothing. The Republicans had a lot of common sense. They understood me and you. Okay. Right. They didn't understand the political landscape. They got rolled right over. They all go in there and they think that they're gonna change things, be able to change. You can't. If you do not understand the political system and how things work,
it doesn't work.
It's like trying to do a fight or a match the way I look at it without knowing the rules, and just trying to wing it.
Right.
You're definitely not
like those YouTube guys you see that just walk into a gym challenging.
Absolutely, I want to fight Sean Strickland. Okay, cool. Yeah. Wonder how this is
gonna go. Sign this waiver.
Yeah, 100%. So that was what I learned with that. I have nothing bad to say about either party, if I'm being honest. I think they both had their goods and they had their faults for it. I found it more frustrating to deal with personally with some of them. I found it frustrating to deal with both of them.
Right. The
frustration that I got out of the Democrats was the lack of common sense.
Right.
Just simple things. The frustration with the Republican part of it was their lack of initiative to do it the right way.
Right.
They wouldn't learn the system. They would rather fight the system and get nowhere with just spinning wheels. So that was frustrating. But anyway, we made it on. We got sanctioned. We've been doing this. We're on Battle of Barry 17 right now. Our current champ is, for our middleweight champion, is Chris Peralt. He beat the #1 ranked guy here in. That's my daughter. She is the co-owner of Donnybrooke.
Come on over. It's
Fight
okay.
Promotion.
Oh yeah, because we look like superstars over here.
So we're building Donnybrooke for my daughter. This is going to be eventually her promotion. So I help her promote it. She's been running the business. She's built the business so where she pulls a paycheck every week from it.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool in itself.
Nice.
So both my kids, we're self-employed. We live on a homestead. That's what we do.
Right.
So my kids, my family is all part of all my businesses. Everything. Their names are on my houses. Everything. So that's the way we keep it in the family. We keep everything. That's how you build your generational wealth. So we've been doing this. She is a fighter. Everybody in my family trains. So she hasn't trained. She has some medical things going on right now, but she was a wrestler.
I'll edit that part out. Don't worry.
Yeah. She was
figured it out. So it's good.
So yeah, I mean, we run it a little bit different because we all train. We understand how fighters are.
Right.
We're not doing it for the money. We spend about $50,000-$60,000 to put one of these shows on. and I hope to make like 40 when I do
Right,
it.
right.
So, we're definitely not doing it for the money. We want it. We do this. We love being around the fighters. We love having a platform. We go above and beyond. We have UFC referees, judges. Glover Teixeira is going to be at our show September 13th because his nephew fights for us. So
Okay.
he's coming on. He's going to make a debut. We always have UFC fighters walking around the auditorium. Like
Nice.
we're in Little Barrie, Vermont,
Right.
and I'm sitting there and I'm eating a hot dog or something, and there goes Glover Teixeira walking through the Barrie auditorium with a hot dog. So it was really cool, that I've met Glover a bunch of times. He likes me. He's just a really cool, mellow guy. And that's the thing with fighters. Like, they're usually super, super mellow.
Right.
You could have the most aggressive, out of shape guys screaming at them, telling them how they're going to beat their ass in this, yes, sir,
Yeah.
and they'll walk away.
Yeah.
You're like, I told that guy. Yeah, you did,
yeah,
man. You showed him.
So, have you ever heard of Kevin the Monster Randleman?
Of course, I'm friends with Mark Coleman.
Really?
Yeah.
So, okay.
So I brought Mark out here. That's what that belt is based on. That belt.
So Mark Coleman and Kevin Randleman were coaches of mine when I was a wrestler in high school.
In Ohio?
Well, I went to an Ohio State wrestling camp, and they were my coaches. I haven't seen Mark Coleman since, but I followed his career a little bit. But Kevin Randleman, he and I became good friends years after I started running nightclubs, and he would come into the nightclub and hang out. One of the nicest, gentlest guys you'll ever meet. And there was one night, I mean, watching his fights, it was amazing, but you would never know it by just talking to him in person.
No.
But one night, he was at a bar, he was sitting there, he was minding his own business, and a guy comes up to him and starts talking trash to him. And I was the bartender, and I came over, and I was like, we see that a problem's brewing here, but if you realize none of the bouncers are coming over, because this gentleman right here does not need us to protect him. You might want to let that sink in for just a second. I was like, we're not worried about him. So
how can you just look at that guy's ears?
Oh God, he is massive. He is just a beast, but he is a sweetheart.
But they're that biography, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. They're doing a documentary on him.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm interested in seeing that. But it's really amazing. Some of these times, like you see these guys that are just massive, aggressive fighters, but they're the nicest, sweetest people
100%.
Outside of the ring. It was amazing.
And that has a lot to do with ego.
Oh yeah.
100% ego. When I was a blue belt, I was that guy. I want to beat up everybody. I was like, I have this superpower of jiu-jitsu. That way, you don't realize what a superpower of jiu-jitsu is. And then the longer you stay in the fight game and stuff, the longer you are around people.
Right.
You understand, like, you don't have to be a trained person to be a violent person. Cowards are the most violent people.
Oh yeah.
Like, a coward or a violent person doesn't care what they know. What you know when they stab you in your back or run you over with their car or shoot you with their gun.
Yeah.
So this cowards scare me the most. They really do, because you never know. They're not willing to face you one-on-one.
No.
You know what I mean?
No,
I don't know. Those cowards really, they do. They're the scariest people. So the longer that I train, the longer that I've been doing this, the more I know, I realize I don't know.
Right.
But the more that, like, I don't want to pick fights with people. I never know what the fuck is going to happen.
Oh, no. I mean, like I said, I worked at plenty of bars and everything, and there was just stupid fights. And I'm pretty sure I threw out more people than the bouncers. And a lot of the time I was wearing a suit, and the bouncers would get mad at me. They're like, well, you're supposed to. I was like, well, I just don't want it to escalate,
Right.
And I was never one for fighting. I'm a Marine,
so
obviously I trained.
I was absolutely 100%. I love to start fights.
Oh, definitely. I mean, trust me. I'd go out with my friends, and one of them would just be a hothead, and they're like, "Okay, well," I was like, "All right, here we go.
Right?
Let's just take this down a notch." But yeah, no, it's I always tell people, I was like, I don't like to fight. It hurts my hands too much.
Yeah, even when you win, man, it's not like, that's why these days I'd much rather get in a ring or a cage and fight someone that knows how to fight.
Yeah.
I'm at that point where I don't want to fight with idiots on the street.
Right.
Number one, it's
people don't fight anymore. They stab, they shoot,
Yeah, and I thought, but I mean, if you're gonna do that, then that becomes a different scenario.
Right.
That's, for me, I teach self defense. So if you're gonna pull a knife or a gun, you're gonna see a different me. It's gonna be a very, very violent me.
Yeah.
So I find I get more enjoyment out of the chess match of fighting.
Right.
And the days of rolling around on the fucking pavement, I don't. I'm gonna dump you on your head as hard as I can and walk away.
I'm old. I'm going to end it as quickly
if
as
I can
possible.
run away,
Yeah.
if I'm going to tell you a quick story about a young kid. They called me up. I was bartending one night, and they said, "Hey, Big Keith beat up this guy down here, and the guy wants round 2." And this kid is 21 years old. He's 6'2". He's 300 pounds.
Right.
I was like, "Oh yeah." I said, so we all leave. We go. How you doing, George? So we all leave, and we go up to this house. And I see the people standing there, and they get out of the car, and we're all, we've been drinking. We're like, there's going to be a fight up here. And I said, where's the other guy? And they kind of look, and they said, well, it looks like he just showed up. I said, wait a minute. What the fuck is going on, right?
Yeah.
He goes, well, we know you're a martial arts instructor, but Keith's a big kid. He's got a year of karate. We think it'd be a good fight. I said, for what?
Yeah.
What are we? Go, we think it'd be a good fight. I said, absolutely not. Do you want to see me bite your friend's nose off, poke him in the eye, and stab him in his face?
Yeah.
And they were like, why would you do that? I said, because we're on the street. This is not
This isn't the ring.
Yeah. I was like, okay, will this work? He's tougher than I am. You win.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah.
Is that the point you want? Because I am not rolling around with a 300-pound kid right now.
Right.
Absolutely not. So, but they were just amazed. They were like, why can't we just? I don't backyard fight. We're not.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. That's different. If we're outside of the cage, we're outside the ring. That's I don't want to say, oh, take the rules away and everything becomes equal, because it doesn't. Because everybody says that. Well, there's no rules on the street. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I can poke your eyes. You're absolutely right. I can punch you, can bite you, I can do that. Well, you know what I can do? I can control you and do all that shit to you too.
Yeah.
So you poke me in my eye, you don't think I'm gonna fucking wrap up your arms and poke both your eyeballs out?
Yeah.
Come on.
People don't seem to understand that, like, there are rules inside the cage, inside the ring, where when you're out on the pavement, there's nothing, anything goes. And like you said, I'm not a young kiddie.
Self-defense starts with a long weapon.
Yeah.
Goes to a shorter weapon. Goes to another weapon.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm using my hands is because you got through all the other shit to start with.
And at 50 years old, I'm not going to sit there and go, 15 minutes trading punches with you. I'm going to put you down and hurt you as quickly as possible.
On the street. Judo.
Yeah.
Judo's the best on the street. We're out here on the pavement.
Yeah.
Big dynamic throw.
Yeah.
Goodbye. I have plenty of time to get away while you're unconscious.
Or just sitting there like, what happened?
Absolutely. Nice little foot sweep, so get the fuck away from me so I can get away.
Yep.
It sucks to get thrown on, especially when you're on a break fall.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if I do a dynamic throw and both your arms are captured?
Yeah.
Now you're going to use your head to break fall with? So, but those are also things that I have to think about.
Right.
I 100% think about that shit if I'm on the street trying to fight with somebody. Do I really want to dump this kid on his fucking head, break his neck? So there's so many variables. So you run all those variables, all those scenarios through your head, or you just fucking walk away?
Yeah.
As a young kid, I'm running variables. At 50, I'm fucking walking away, man.
So you're 52.
I am.
And you have signed on to fight a professional UFC fighter.
He's a professional fighter, man. So he fights out of Team Link.
Okay.
Down in New Hampshire, which Tokyo Joe's Team Link. It's Team Hayabusa.
Okay.
So yeah, Mike Souza. We're raising money. We're doing fights down at the Elks Club. KTA is setting it up. Me and Mike Souza are the main event. We're going to do a Muay Thai kickboxing fight.
Okay.
And all the money we are raising is going to go to Keegan Hornstra and Adina Hornstra. Their family right now. Keegan is self-employed. He's a contractor. His cancer came back, and it came back twice as bad. He had testicular cancer, and now they have run it up, and it came back to his lungs. And stuff like that. So we're trying to raise some money, and so he has money to take care of himself.
Yeah.
It sucks to be self-employed.
It's always nice to see It's always nice to see people taking care of, you know, their
Yeah, the
brothers,
fight
so-
community is tight, man. No matter what, everybody, even his opponent and everything,
Right.
everybody. So,
Oh, no,
absolutely.
it's nice. Well, I definitely look forward to it. I can't say that I'm going to be able to get down there because I'm pretty sure I got to work.
Yeah, no worries, man.
But I would like to stop in.
Pay-per-view. We have pay-per-view. We have the
Really?
ESPN
Wait,
production crew.
Look, this fight is getting pay per view.
100%.
Nice. Do you get pay per view on your Barry fights?
All of them.
And so people don't understand. So we're in Barry right now. We're in South Barry. Barry's a very small town. A lot of granite workers, blue collar town throughout the years. A lot of amazing, but a very small town.
Huge boxing community.
Yes, huge boxing, huge fight community. I mean, because
Yep.
I know that with Granite City MMA, I know I've seen all the fights
Yep.
that are promoted. But people just don't realize how small this town is. And if you look at it, it's not the smallest town. It's bigger than Montpelier, obviously, which is
It's
really
not. Montpelier's twice the size of Barry.
serious.
It's bigger than Williamstown, smaller than Montpelier.
Smaller than Montpelier.
Way
So
smaller,
Montpelier,
about half the size.
Montpelier is a small town. It's the smallest capital in the United States. That's if that shows you anything. But Vermont only has a total population of less than 1 million people.
Right.
So people think, oh, well, you know, they're having fights, big deal, big whoop. But I was like, okay, well, you have 1 million people in the city you live in.
Right.
But
We
don't
fly
have a
all of
million
our
people.
fighters in.
Yeah.
We spend $10,000 just on hotel rooms.
Okay.
Just for hotel rooms
Right.
for the fighters because everybody drives in.
Right.
We don't have it. Like even New Hampshire, if I put a fight on in New Hampshire, you have a lot of local gyms. A lot of them. Manchester alone.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's
How many? Do you know how many gyms are in Vermont itself?
Granite City, as far as like fight gyms,
Yeah.
but there's traditional gyms too. There's a lot of traditional schools. You have your Taekwondo schools,
Right.
Jeremy Lesniak with Whistle Kick, Adam Beckley. You have Vermont Martial Arts, Granite City MMA, Julio Foca Fernandez, the Gracies up in Burlington, United Fighting Arts Institute, Combat Fitness. And there's just so many more that little smaller gyms. And everything else. Seth Champ up there with the Gracie Gym. Grind, BJJ is up there. All of them are now producing MMA fighters for the shows and stuff.
Nice.
We built that platform.
Right.
And we do 3 shows a year up here.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, absolutely.
Nice. I'll put a link down below, so if anybody's interested, they can check it out on pay-per-view too, I guess.
Yes.
That surprised me because, like I said, I know how small Barry is.
Oh no! So
like,
that
holy cow.
auditorium will be absolutely jam-packed.
Oh yeah, Barry Auditorium's decent size too.
Yeah, so there'll be 2,000 people in there going nuts. That's how we got to the auditorium because we used to be at the Williamstown Moose Club.
Oh.
And it held 200 people.
Right.
And it was called the Redneck Ruckus. I was the MC.
Right.
And I would be up there and I'd be like, okay, now we have the ex-husband versus the current boyfriend in a battle of bad tattoos. And they get up there, they get their jail tats, and they're half drunk, and it would be cool for like the first 30 seconds. Then the next 3 rounds is just 2 guys.
Like back in the day when UFC started, I don't know if it was UFC, but with like Tank Abbott, and Shamrock, and all that. So,
absolutely.
Just brawlers versus tacticians.
So we got away from that and started doing you got to get a legit gym. We take some of the street beef guys that want to come up and start the next level for sanctioned fighting and stuff like that. So we do that to them. We help them up there.
Right.
I know Chris Wilmore, Scarface from Street Beefs.
Okay.
I know him. I'm personal friends with him. He has 6 million followers on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
And stuff. Yeah, he's a YouTube creator. Really good dude. He started it was guns down, gloves up. So what they did was he was a gang member. Spent a lot of years in jail, reformed. And he got out and, people were killing themselves, gang members and stuff. So he started backyard brawling. So you want to settle a beef?
Yeah.
This is how we settle it.
Right.
So he doesn't let anybody with weapons into the yard. They get out there. They duke it
go
out,
at it,
man. They put on gloves.
It's so much better than the alternative.
100%, man. But the problem is you don't want to find out. Remember when back in the day, you had that rite of passage to become a man.
Yeah.
Where do kids get that these days?
Yeah.
Unless they join the military.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, you go through boot camp. You've been through boot camp. I went through 11 Bravo down to Fort Benning. I went through
Oh,
my
you went to
OSA.
Fort Benning?
Oh yeah, I went through my OSA training.
I did. I did 2 months in Fort Benning. I was testing
Jump school?
No, I was testing the Javelin anti-tank missile.
Oh, no
I was one of the last
shit.
classes that went through to test that out.
That's awesome.
But
But nice, Brenda. Thank you. We're doing a interview.
it's not for you. You don't get
It's not for me. And that's my beautiful wife right there. She is part of Donnybrooke Fight Promotions. She doesn't.
She just realized
that we're
there,
doing an interview
and
right
then she
here
hung
right now.
she hung the shirt in front of the. Don't worry, I'll edit it all out. You won't see anything.
Please
I did
don't.
not see that.
Didn't see that walk right past
I
his
did
hair.
That's how I met him.
Yeah, I saw he was holding the thing. I didn't know there was.
No, he was doing an interview up there with the
Vermont,
vets.
yeah.
And so I interrupted there because I didn't see it either.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'll edit it all out.
So
We'll go with this one.
yeah, so the kids just don't have that today. They don't have that rite of passage.
Right.
So we try to do it through the gym.
Okay.
Here you go. Here's a fight camp.
Yeah.
You come out the end of a fight camp. Here's your rite of
Nice.
passage. So
It's awesome. It's awesome that you're giving back to the community. It's awesome that you give kids a safe place to go.
we do. One of the things that we do, and you mentioned that. Thank you. Lucas John, who owns Granite City MMA, he has a fighter up there. Her name is Female Fighter, and she's one of the #1 ranked fighters in New England. But she teaches a free kids jiu-jitsu games up there. So we allow the kids to come in because even though we're a super small town, we have one of the worst opioid problems up there. Huge opioid problem. My mother, I remember growing up, I watched my mom overdose 3 times. So pills, stuff like that is like common. All of us know all about that shit. So what we wanted to do is I brought the idea to Lucas, and he was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do that." So the way that we thought about it was to fight that was start bringing these little kids into the gym. We have a 9,000 square foot facility. Let's put it to good use.
Right.
So we have these little kids. They come in every Monday and Wednesday at 4:00, and they do free jiu-jitsu games. It gives them a voice. We teach them that it's a safe place. It's a place they can come. They can talk to us. But more than that, we give them something to do instead of their friends finding things for them to do. Parents, we as parents are really busy. We have our, trying to raise money, trying to raise kids. It's a struggle. So we're always stressed out. We don't pay a lot of attention to our kids. We don't have our grandparents live with us anymore. Our grandparents aren't teaching our fucking kids. Nobody's teaching our kids except for their friends. It's usually the little loser friends getting them into trouble.
Yep, they have no supervision whatsoever.
Right. So we bring them into the gym and we get them into that culture, just the gym culture. Like, hey, this is what it's like to be in shape. This is, you don't have to be a piece of shit to be cool.
Right.
Did you know that? So I really, really enjoy mentoring the kids. That's my favorite. Growing up in my lifestyle, I was an abused kid. I was a lot of trauma through my life, and so if I can help out another little kid, so that's one thing. I can see a little kid. I confronted parents before, and I wish I hadn't. Because I saw a little kid, and as soon as I went to grab him and stuff, and I saw his reaction, I was like, I'm gonna beat your parents. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of your parents right now, so I lose my shit with that. And I have to catch myself because I can see it. I was that kid once. So
I also saw right down there they have bikers against child abuse.
Yes, Baca. Yeah,
I want to stop
100%.
and talk to those guys as well. It's really great that you have all these different organizations. Like we have combat vets, we have Vermont Military Club, Vermont Motorcycle Club. God damn it!
I did same thing.
It's
United States
long.
Motorcycle Veteran Club.
Yes.
USMVC.
United States Veterans Motorcycle Club.
Yes,
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
You also have the Vietnam Vets MC Northeast. They're up around here.
But you have so many great organizations that do so much for the state, for veterans, for children, for those less fortunate. It's really nice to see people, regardless of political affiliation.
Right.
This is one of those events where people can come together regardless of their differences, regardless of race, creed, color.
Same thing
whatever.
in the gym, man.
Yeah.
I don't care who you're banging. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. I just want to see if I can choke the fuck out of you. I want to see if you can beat me up. Let's do that shit. That's our common, something outside of that shit. We don't even talk about it. religion, politics, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. You're not allowed to talk.
But
about
that's one of the things.
stuff.
Like I avoid that as much as I can on my channel. So I was like, I don't bring in my views. I don't bring in. I
Yeah.
try to keep it. This is about people helping people, giving people the opportunity to find new and exciting things in Vermont. And I hope that some of my viewers can come out here. Check out
No
your
way.
club.
I use politics for clickbait.
That's a good one. But maybe I should start
Epstein
doing
didn't
that.
kill himself.
But I have another channel, and I talked to you about this earlier, called Fitness After 50. I'd love to come to your gym, work out with you one day.
Yeah.
Put me through the ringer. Like I said, I just worked out with a 52-year-old natural bodybuilder.
Dude, I just did 5-minute rounds, 1 minute off. We do it for an hour and a half.
Okay.
But that's
I'm up
hard
for that.
sparring. That's hard sparring.
Okay, maybe medium.
We'll do
sparring.
we'll do rolling. We'll just do jujitsu.
I can do that. I can definitely do that.
Yeah,
you ain't got to pull any
100%.
punches on me too. I like
No,
I can run through the ringer. So
No,
I was a wrestler back in the day, so I know how to roll
Oh
a
fuck yeah!
little bit. So.
You got grappling experience.
Yeah.
Grappling is grappling.
Okay.
Once it hits the ground.
What's it? Yeah. Okay. All right.
So you already got a good base.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, I had a good base back when I was, in my early teens and 20s. Maybe,
Right.
Dee's not so much now. So she's doing everything she can to stay off camera.
Right.
She doesn't know it's wide angle, and I can just zoom out on it. She's like looking on it to see where the edges are and where she can be safe at it.
Right.
Well, thank you very much. I
Thank
greatly
you, my man.
appreciate
It was
you
awesome
taking the time to
meeting
talk to you. So best of luck. Good luck in the fight. And tell me more about the fight real quick.
September 13th, Barrie Auditorium, DonnybrookeFightPromotions.com. That's our website. You can buy the pay-per-view there if you can't make it. I suggest coming to the live show. Our MC is Justin Manning from the New York Mets.
Okay.
No, I take that back. This show is going to be the girl from Warriors Cup is coming because he's got to do he's going to be down doing the MCing for the Mets.
Okay.
So for some reason, the New York Mets take precedence over Donnybrooke Fight Promotions. Happens. John Pita's going to be defending his title. There's going to be the ISKA Small Glove Amateur title is going to be going on. Oh, we have a slap fighter, Andrew Provost.
Is that the
yeah, he's a
God,
professional
I watched
slap
that.
fighter.
I don't.
He's flying up from Florida. He's going to be fighting professional fighter Joe McNeil. He's one of the commentators.
Nice.
So
nice.
yeah, it's
Right.
going to be a full card. We have a lot of amateur fights. Dylan Boy. We have Antonio Villegas is going to be fighting Sam Moulton out of United Fighting Arts Institute. We have people from Combat FC, Upstate New York Dogs over there. We've got them from Team Link. Glover Teixeira is going to be there with his nephew Ryan Ferreira. Ryan Teixeira. I'm thinking of Alex Pereira's guy. Rafael Fiera. So then we also have, they're going to be fighting Rafael. We got I'm lost now.
So
There's
many more.
There's
So many
just
more.
so many fights on this
awesome.
card.
Well, best of luck. Thank you very much for taking the time. It was a pleasure, man.
Anytime, if you ever want to come up this way, you want to get one of our shows, you want to bring you out, we'll give you a special VIP treatment. We have
Awesome.
a media table right up on the cage.
Okay.
For the media guys,
All
so
right.
you can walk around and videotape.
That'd be amazing.
Absolutely.
I'll come in and let you pound on me on the ground for a little bit, and then we'll go from there.
All right, man.
Thank you very much.
Sounds like fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so one of the things that I do is I talk about trauma and shit like that on my we have a podcast, we have a studio right on Main Street.
Right.